Thank you for your time again. And it's that time where we need to talk about innovation and creativity, which are both coming together to play as one organization is striving to meet one of its key mandates, promoting productivity consciousness among citizens. In doing that, it is supporting both public and private sectors to ensure the growth of a competitive and productive economy. This particular organization is connecting and nourishing productive entities into modern and efficient systems, and it is the National Productivity Center. This is Reshaping Democracy, and I'm Ayodeji Makinde. Established in the year 2004, the National Productivity Center has offices all over the country, and it is harnessing human resources for development in all spheres. The Director General and CEO of the agency, Dr. Baffa Baba Danagundi, is on Reshaping Democracy to discuss the strive for progress as he answers citizens' inquiries on delivery of mandates.
My name is Mrs. Blessed Chidiogo Anike from Onitsha. What empowerment program is the center implementing to equip Nigerians with the skill and knowledge needed to boost productivity, and how are you targeting vulnerable groups like women?
Blessed, we have so many empowerment programs which targets, of course, the vulnerable citizens. And one of it is on the farming aspect, in which we test about 1,000. We started with 1,000 on a soft loan. We gave them to see how we can make them productive. Nowadays, a lot of people are scared of going to banks to get loan because of the high rate of what your return will be, and the afraid of probably being your business being collapsing. And so which one you will be having? They probably prepare government intervention. Now, if you're afraid of the interest you'll be paying to the government, government have so many interventions. But the major problem is the citizens will now take the government intervention and they don't want to pay back. If you don't pay back, how do the government continue to support other vulnerable Nigerians? So we now came up with a design that, okay, we'll support you with all necessary inputs needed in the aspect of agri. That is one aspect. We refuse to just give the money for the people to go to the farm, but we go along with them to the farm and we give them all they need: the tractor that works for them, the fertilizer, the basic things needed, because sometimes you have to give money to those who do the weeding when you already have your farm grown. So with that, we agreed that, okay, certain percentage will be given back to the center to recoup the investment. And as I'm talking to you, I think I had an interview about 2 months ago. Out of 1,000 people, we almost 75% of them paid. As I'm talking to you, we have 100% return on investment. And this rainy season, as we are starting, we are targeting 3,000 vulnerable Nigerians. And all you need to do is to apply through our website, as done the other time, even though we take a particular state to test run. But there are some people that came from different part of the country. We thank Jigawa State Governor because he was really helpful in our activities in Jigawa State. And so when you apply, we take you, we assess you, and we take you to the farm ourselves. So that is one aspect. The second aspect is empowerment on training on skill acquisition, carpentry, welding, mechanical, and so on. So if you want to have yourself self-employed, you apply to the center, and we take you to where you are supposed to be. We don't just give, because we understand people, when you give them money, they go and do what they want to do, and at the end of the day, they do not empower themselves to be productive, and they don't return the funds given to them. So we change the concept.
My name is Eku Tufilos in Onitsha. What partnership are you fostering with the private sector, government agency, and international organization to drive productivity growth and leverage resources and expertise?
So we are in partnership with so many organizations, with even European Union. They came and they agreed to partner with us in skill acquisition. They also said they are not given funds, but they will give the training, they give the manual, they give everything to make sure that people, they choose Nasarawa, Abuja, Plateau states, these three states as a pilot project. So we are starting next month, and the program was aired how it was going to be. At the same time, we had programs that are already in place. We are doing it, not that we will start. It's in place with different organizations that come to partner with us. They equally, virtually everybody is afraid to inject resources to people directly. They prepare working with a government agency, and then that government agency will be like a grantor to the citizens. And after which, when giving them the necessary training, then they finance their businesses. So we have about 5 now in place that is going on. And anybody that is interested is through the website that I mentioned. We have advertised everything. I think a lot of Nigerians have it, and I think you help us in also advertising the website that people come from different part of the country to enjoy these services. Thanks to Mr. President for supporting the center to do more.
Sir, how is your center engaging with state government to promote productivity activities, and how are they tailored in meeting peculiar need of various states?
Okay, we have a little challenge there, honestly, because all the state governments, we have written to all the state governments to request for partnership, especially in terms of this agricultural productivity, in terms of agri, because it's one major part that this country, if we really take agri to be our main cost of economy, we'll do wonderful. Because from this little experience we have, is something that I believe, I'm not an agri person, but you know, we have different departments that take responsibility and guide the people when we go to the farm. But I picked interest in it. I'm not a farmer, and I went to farm as well, and I couldn't believe what I saw. And this year I'm also going to farm personally. So this is a process that you put, whatever you put in 4 months, the period is just 4 months, and it will give you 100, 110, 20 return on investment. So we have challenges with regard to partnering the state government because they are not forthcoming. But like I said, honestly, Jigawa State Governor is doing a very wonderful job to Nigerians, to his state, to the citizen of Jigawa State, because all the advice we give, all the partnership we requested, he's ever ready to support the federal government renewed hope agenda. So we have challenges, honestly, there, and I hope we'll have more state governors coming on board. It would have been a wonderful thing for us. They have their own programs. I believe what they think is better option for them than the federal government should have its own program. But when you look at it like this, probably we don't even need funding. We need land. When you give us land, it's just enough for us to, and security is enough for us to drive the youth to the farm. And like in Plateau, Benue Plateau, you see there are women in the south, there are women do also go to farm. So both would benefit from the gesture of the federal government, but we need land to do that. All this crisis of farmer herders crisis would have helped a lot with the projects we have in hand to reduce this crisis as well. But honestly, we are not in very good partnership with state governments. They are not forth responding well. But Jigawa is doing wonderfully well. If all state government can do like what Jigawa State is doing, I think it will help go a long way in alleviating poverty, making our youth productive.
What Resha's initiatives is the National Center undertaking to identify productivity challenges and opportunities in Nigeria for intervention by policymakers? Okay,
a lot of research is going on, and not only going on those that have I met they have done in the center, and the ones we are undergoing now. And when we do this research, we send it to government agencies. Virtually, this agency is meant to look at government activity in all agencies to see where they do things right and where things go wrong, to correct it. We request for information from a lot of government agencies also, but because of the law or the act enacting this agency, there's no penalty to if you don't give us information on what we need to do to improve on your activities, then virtually you have nothing to do, because we can penalize you. And that's why we take our act to National Assembly for review. It has gone the first reading. We hope it is, with this return, they will go the second and third reading. In that regard, it will help us in doing all these researches, because we'll have to have information from you to know how you do your things. We help private sectors, and the private sectors are forthcoming, because when we write to them, they always are ready to give us information we request from them, and we tell them, do this, leave this, do this, leave this. A lot of them, they see encouragement in their output. They become more productive when we do our research and guide them on the do's and don'ts in their businesses. But unfortunately, in the government sectors, a lot of them, when we write, they don't respond, and no penalty for not responding. But we hope some that do, they have seen the impact of our research on their different activities.
DG, sir, how does the National Productivity Order of Merit Award support meaningful impact on your center's initiative on productivity growth and economic development in Nigeria?
Okay, you see, award is not anything to say we really bother about it, but most people know this center with that award. This award, when given to individuals, organization, government parastatal, is a sort of saying you have done well, do more. Simple. People get encouraged when you say, thank you for doing this thing right. Thank you for doing it well. Put more effort, even if it is your son that do well in school. He comes back with his report sheet, probably out of 10 number in their classes is number 5 or number 6. You say, oh, you have done well, you've tried, please do more. It's a sort of encouragement. That word is a sort of encouragement for individual, organization, and government parastatal for them to do more, to impact on the country's economy. Because when private sector is doing well, he has employed, he pay taxes, it adds to the economic growth of the country. So definitely the award helps in making, and there are a lot of people that even do try their best because they want the recognition. And this recognition is done by Mr. President. It's a very big thing. Even if this recognition is done by the DG of National Productivity Center, I think a lot of people will be happy, not to talk of the President presenting the award to you.
DG, sir, awareness is an enabler for any successful campaign. How are you leveraging on entertainment to promote a productivity culture in Nigeria? Okay,
enlightenment, one thing we do, of course, you see all over the medias our campaign for enlightenment. And the sole purpose is to make people understand why they should be productive, how they should be productive. So we are on all medias for the campaign to make Nigerians more productive and telling them what we do. Through the social media, of course, through all the media, both print, TV, radios, Facebook, and so on. That's how we get to, and we select some places that we do go and enlighten them. We get interaction. We go to all virtually NYSC centers all over the country. We also engage with them. So these are some of the things we do for enlightenment. Schools. We go to schools, primary schools, secondary schools. We also do go for enlightenment.
My name is Abdul Hafiz Abdul Kader from Jigawa State. My question to you is, what are you employing to ensure Nigeria's economy becomes more competitive and productive? And how will you measure success in this area?
Okay, we do measure this success, and definitely there is a lot of improvement in it. And for instance, when this government came on board, you borrowed to pay, the previous administration, of course, borrowed to pay even the salaries, service debts. And the president said, no, it shouldn't be so. Now the government no longer borrowed to service debts, which amounts to the economic growth. And we do check all these indices with Bureau of Statistics. And the indices are growing by the day. So what the government is doing definitely has all it takes. Look at dollar now is, today I had on the TV, I saw it this morning before I come, 1,500, 550. It has stabilized for a long period of time. It's still coming down, coming down. When the president took over and the subsidy removed, dollar reached 2,000 plus. people were crying, and nobody believed when Mr. President was saying it will crash. It will crash. Nobody. You go to bank now, you have enough dollar to transact whatever your transaction is. No matter how much you want, is available in the bank. And the rate virtually the same with the black market. So that's a very good policy. So I believe what we are doing, it helps because we enlighten the Nigerians on the economic growth on different sectors. And we write to different sectors of the government on the do's and don'ts, like I said, and request information. Some we do get, some we don't. With the Bureau of Statistics, like I told you, we collaborate with them in knowing the economic progress of the country.
My name is Hamza Bilia Abubakar, ESQ. DigiSA, how is your center monitoring and evaluating productivity trends in Nigeria? And what tools or framework are being used to analyze and address productivity challenges?
We look at all these indices with a Bureau of Statistics to see what are the growth, what are the challenges, where do the government have flaws, minus and pluses. So you check through that, and there are facts that speak for themselves. The training of young Nigerians to be productive, which we surpass over 10,000 now, just between the time I came on board. That's less than a year. We surpassed 10,000. That is one. Number two, we guide a lot of government parastatals in their activities and private sectors in their activities, which give them growth in their businesses. This also helps in the economic growth of the country because we teach them, we guide them on how to be productive, more productive. They're already productive, but how to be more productive. Because some of them, we block a lot of leakages, waste. We tell them, this is how you do it. You don't do it this way. This is how you do it. Because we have professionals at the center. So doing that helps in the Renew Hope agenda of Mr. President by making a lot of people become more productive.
Oh yes, we now have the vibe because the National Productivity Center is promoting multi-sectoral activities such as agricultural empowerment, vocational and skills training with over 10,000 beneficiaries so far, plus research and partnerships for inclusive growth. It also conducts advocacy, awareness. It monitors productivity in MDAs and other institutions in the private sector. This particular organization, the MPC, a parastatal of the Ministry of Labor and Employment, is equally working with the European Union to execute economic development programs for the benefit of all Nigerians. Trust me, it's one move in the right direction. That's Reshaping Democracy. I'm Ayodeji Makinde. I'll see you again same time next week. Bye-bye.